Foundation and contour routine for you. I'm just going to do the foundation and contour part because I just want to focus on to explain. If you want to see how I get this simple foundation contoured look, then please stay tuned. So first things first, I'm going to start with my 360 Fit Me foundation. I like to take a little candle top. Some may call it ratchet, I really don't care. But I take a little candle top and then I just put my foundation in the little candle top. Oh my god, wait, we cannot skip out on the primer. Like, what am I thinking? Okay, so I'm gonna use this Heart Candy primer. You always need a primer if you are going to put foundation on your face. Just get it on in there, girl. Just get it on in there. Okay. So now that we've got that in there, now I can apply my foundation. So just be very light with your foundation. So I just apply that all over. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Real Techniques, Real Techniques again. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I love this thing. I love that little, like, the slant. I don't know what you call that, but that's what helps me to, like, really just melt the foundation into my skin. Love it. I love it. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to use my black Opal concealer. This is something that I've been using a lot lately. Got it at the drugstore, Walmart, if you want to consider that a drugstore. It's called Toast by Black Opal, and what I like to do is I like to apply that just a little bit further down from where the crease is within the eye, the under eye. Some people might call it a bag. I like to say an eye creasing. You know, don't give it what it's not. Do not call it what it is not. What you don't want it to form into, just call it an eye creasing. So yeah, so I like to apply this just a little further down from the eye creasing. This is actually something that I just learned, and this is supposed to help with I might be applying a little bit too much there, but this is actually supposed to help with the creasing of the concealer, because sometimes it creases. So this is supposed to help it to not crease. And I am going to go ahead and use my fingers for the first portion of this, and then whatever left we have over, I'll just put that in the access concealer. Then we just pat that under it, so I get a little concealer happy. And I'm going to use my Sigma Precision Angled 84 P84 Sigma. Just apply that. I'm just going to wet my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and then that just kind of melts it into the skin. I always say melt because I feel like that's exactly what it does, just kind of melts into the skin. It's just beautiful. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do is I like to go ahead and set that with my Midnight Sienna powder, which I definitely recommend you using if you are my shade or darker or browner. It just really helps to make it camouflage a little bit more and to blend it a little bit better. I think the lighter you go, the more unrealistic looks, and you'll pay for it in pictures later. Trust me, honey. My pointed foundation brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna pat that underneath the eye where I placed my foundation. And I actually like to blend my concealer first. I don't like a really dramatic highlight. So I blend my concealer all the way down, and so while that's kind of like setting into the skin, because you want to let it set just a little bit, then I'm going to go ahead and do my forehead. And then put it down the center of my nose. And then once I do that, then I'm going to use my Sigma Precision Angle P84 brush, and then just kind of work that into the skin. Okay, then I'm actually going to go ahead and take my beauty sponge again, and then just kind of work that into the skin, just so we can get that silky, melted, realistic effect on the forehead and then down the strip of my nose. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to actually brush away that excess powder that I applied underneath my eye earlier where we put the concealer. Just pat that. You can use any foundation brush. I'm going to use my e.l.f. powder brush. I just think it's soft, really soft. Let's just dust it away. Not too hard because you don't want to mess with the work that you just did, but just dust it. So now what I'm going to do is dust away that excess, I don't really have much to dust away, but I'm dusting away that setting powder, the Sienna Nice setting powder from my forehead. Okay, we got that. All right, and so now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and my favorite part, I want to contour. Actually, no, I take that back. Contouring is not my favorite part. The highlighting is my favorite part because you just get that buttery glow, like, yeah. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the Black Radiance pressed powder. Can't talk today. The Black Radiance pressed powder, and I am going to go ahead and take, let's see what I want to do here. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Foundation brush, Real Techniques is like an angled brush, and this is perfect for contouring. And I just want to do this. So when you are doing your contour, you should be able to see a natural contour shade. It's going to be darker than your skin tone. It's like your shadow. So wherever that shadow is, and also it helps you if you do the fish face. You do the fish face, and then you will also see that shadow, and then that'll help you to place your contour there. Then I like to take a thinner, and you gotta be careful with your nose because this is like the trickiest part. Like, I'm still learning, but I make it through. I get through, okay? So I take a thinner brush, and it is called, well, it was in the Sonia Kashuk. I think this is like a foundation brush, another angled foundation brush. And I think that this is perfect because it's not too thick. It's very thin for you to just kind of lightly add that shading for your nose contour. You want to start here because that helps to just naturally connect the nose. I don't know what that area is called, but it just helps with the contouring to make it look more natural. Okay. Then you want to go ahead, you want to connect it here. Take my beauty blender sponge and just kind of, oh, it's not a beauty blender, but whatever. Just take that. And actually, I think I'll take the pointed side. And help blend that contour in. That helps to make it look more natural, like a natural contour. I like to take some of my foundation and just kind of make it look just a little bit more natural. Just kind of pat that on the contoured lines. Just not very heavy, just lightly. And then that kind of gives it more of a natural contoured look. So much detail has to go into that area because you can really screw that part up. Okay, so then what I like to do is I like to take my Real Techniques contour brush and just kind of contour around the forehead area. So we got the hollows of the cheekbone. If you want to add a little bit more there, you can, but. And then I will go in with my fan brush from Echo Tools and just soften up that contour and the hollow of the cheek, just to make it look more natural. And don't take it down too far. Don't take it down any further than I'd say about right there. So then you have like the dimension, because when you put on your foundation, that just makes your face, even though you're, you know, covering up and concealing things and making your face look, I guess, more perfect. You're making your face just kind of have this perfected look. At the same time, you actually make the face look a little flat and you take a lot of dimension out of it, because your face naturally has dimension. So what you want to do is you're contouring, it helps to bring that dimension back into your face. Just give it like that 3D effect, and it just looks really, really nice. What I use is my CoverGirl Queen face powder, and I use this pretty much all the time. I have other powders that I use, but I pretty much kind of stick to this one. I think I like the shade and the warmth that it gives me. So I'm just gonna use my Sonia Kashak, I think this is like a powder brush, and then just apply that all over my face. Okay, so what I like to use for the winter to highlight is my Hard Candy So Baked Tiki bronzer, and I love using this because it just gives you that beautiful buttery effect, that soul glow, but at the same time it's not too like carrot gold looking, it's not too summer bronzy. So this really helps. And this is a bronzer, but for us chocolate sisters, us smoky brown sisters, we actually have to go ahead and use the bronzer as a highlight. So and I just like to place that in the highest point of my cheekbone area. Gives it that gorgeous, gorgeous, buttery soul glow. Your soul glow, baby, let it glow so silky smooth. Yeah. You know, just sometimes I just like to get it on in there. I just like to get it on in there, just a little bit, you know? Just blend, 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 blend. All right, and then I like to put it on my forehead, where I placed that concealer. This just brightens up our natural area, or just gives it that natural lighting that we would normally have around our area here. We normally have that natural lighting. So just want to enhance that. So put it down the strip of your nose. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.